Hi, everyone. I'm Christopher Thornycroft with Redwood Logistics, and welcome to the Redwood Rundown for the week of July 8th, 2024. Yeah, this shirt's wrinkled. These eyes are tired. It's late. It's another late night. Welcome to Chicago. We are back over here post July 4th, post end of quarter. What is going on? Well, first off, the Great Plains. Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, these markets are getting hot. They're getting hot fast. This is seasonal. This is something that is expected, but it is really coming on us. The other one that we're watching, we're seeing the Northeast starting to tighten on up a little bit more than what we're used to. Usually we'd expect the Northeast to tighten closer to the end of July and then into August, but we're seeing that tighten a little bit. We have not yet seen the Midwest tighten, but that's coming. We're seeing that we're going to feel that Kentucky, that Tennessee, that Virginia pressure for a little bit before that starts to die on off. But we're really looking at a market right now that is barreling towards an August issue where we're going to have freight coming in Southern California because we are watching those TEUs due on into Los Angeles, and they are growing significantly. NRF, National Retail Federation, just upgraded their import forecast for the rest of the year for the 6th consecutive month. Then you would expect the Chicago market to start to tighten as well. That Chicago market would tighten at really end of July and really into August and really start to heat on up. And that's going to be really interesting. We've talked about that before. What happens when that Chicago market tightens and that Chicago capacity that brokers across the country are used to utilizing? What happens when that is no longer on the table? And then at the same time, we would expect the Northeast to tighten, although the Northeast seems like it's tightening a little bit ahead of schedule even. So if you have the Southern California market, and you have the Chicago market and the Northeast market all tighten all at once, that's no longer a geographically based market tightening. That is a larger market tightening that starts to get into the idea of the market turn. We've been talking about a market change. This has been a market change up until now. But if you have all of these things all at the same time, tightening with no real respite at the end of it, you get the holiday market coming after it. Maybe you slow down a little bit for October, but you get the holiday market after that, where the markets tighten again. This could be that market turn. It remains to be seen. But what we know is that capacity still not where it used to be in April, not where it was at the beginning of May, feeling pockets of tightness still, even post July 4th. We expect there would be a little cool from this point to through next week, and then start to tighten again. But some of the pockets that we're feeling of tightness, they're a little ahead of schedule. We'll see what this all means. We'll talk to you soon. Tell me to get some sleep. Tell me to go home. Talk to you later. Bye.